My. The attacks by my friends on the other side of the aisle on women's health never seems to end. It's not bad enough that the Republicans have defunded parenthood here in America, but now it seems you will go to the end of the earth to prevent women from having full access to reproductive care. Women must be in charge of our own bodies to determine if and when we bring a child into this world, because no one knows better the circumstances of lives, especially the life of a young woman in Kenya or Yemen or Venezuela. We can all agree about the value of life, but what is life-saving about cutting off contraception, maternal health care, nutrition services, HIV/AIDS, and tuberculosis treatment? Because that is what this inane, cruel, harmful amendment does. In fact, a recent GAO report found that the global gag rule, since being reinstated and expanded under the Trump administration, has denied billions of dollars worth of global health awards impacting all kinds of services. Clinics are closing in the poorest, hard-to-reach villages because healthcare providers understand the importance of truthful communications with their patients and access to all safe legal options for the patient's care. Now listen to this. If a woman goes into an HIV clinic in Zimbabwe where they do not provide abortion services, and even ask the doctor where she can get an abortion, if the doctor answers truthfully, the clinic loses its money. Now, how ridiculous is that? And there's an irony to this whole predicament. Study after study has shown that the global gag rule has forced providers to either reduce services or shut down, making it harder for women to access contraception. This leads to more unintended pregnancies and more abortions. So give me a break. You're trying to stop abortions by causing more abortions? Adding insult to injury, a recent Guttmacher study estimated that even a 10% reduction in access to health care during the COVID-19 pandemic could result in 15 million unintended pregnancies, 28,000 maternal fatalities, and the deaths of 168,000 newborns. And who is on the front lines fighting these horrible statistics, providing critical care in remote areas? The UNFPA. And prior to defunding, the U.S. was the second largest donor to UNFPA and its second largest donor for humanitarian response. So, Madam Chair, let's be clear what the work of the UNFPA. Here's what it does. It supports reproductive health of women and youth in more than 150 countries, which are home to more than 80% of the world's population. It supports the health of pregnant women, especially the 1 million who face life-threatening complications each month. It supports reliable access to modern contraceptives sufficient to benefit 20 million women a year. It supports the training of thousands of healthcare workers to ensure at least 90% of all childbirths are supervised by skilled attendants. It supports the prevention of gender-based violence, which affects 1 in 3 women. It supports the abandonment of female genital mutilation, which harms 3 million girls annually. And it supports the end of child marriage, which could affect an estimated 70 million girls over the next 5 years. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, the UNFPA has scaled up partnerships to avoid stockouts of critical contraceptives, medicines, and PPE supplies. It has erected mobile health care units in dozens of countries to bring health care to people's doorsteps. It continues to work in the world's most fragile humanitarian settings. And here's what UNFP does not support. It does not support and does not manage programs of coercive abortion or involuntary sterilization in China. In truth, Republicans want to cut off funding based upon a false narrative. Yet this is how the State Department has justified eliminating all U.S. funding to this critical agency to its global operations. And the State Department has yet to even visit UNFP's China program, despite invitations to do so. So I ask you, where is the proof? This Republican amendment is not about life, because when you diminish the service of this critical energy, more girls will have their genitals cut, more young girls will be brides, and more women will die in childbirth. U.S. support for UNFPA is always important, but now more important than ever. My colleagues, when women have access to health care they need, the world will be a better place. Defeat this amendment and save lives. And I yield back.